Hey, we're live.
From
Half of us alive.
studios in Westchester, Pennsylvania, it's Smack and Jack Live with your co-hosts Keith and Joel Wonderland.
We'll let everybody get on. Making sure we are actually public here.
Yeah, I think we're public.
You can see us, right?
Same shirt I'm wearing, so it must be from today. All righty. Well, are we on? You gonna wait a minute or what? What's going on, Joel?
How's it going, Brother Keith? I see we got a few jumping on here.
Well, the sun is out, and that's a good sign. It's only about 48 degrees here in the WC, but maybe we can work on that for later today.
Linda's on. Good morning, Linda.
Hey, good morning, Liz. Good morning, Barbara.
Barbara's on. Good morning, Barbara. Thanks for joining us
And
today.
Jackie's on. Jackie, happy belated birthday. I hope your
Hey,
drive-by
morning,
birthday
Jackie.
party was a success. Sorry I missed it. I'll get down there eventually. All right, Joel, what's going on? Looks like we got a crew. So, and Jim's on. Good morning, everybody. So what do we got going on today, Joel?
Well,
Let me just, can you hear me? I'm kind of yelling because I have to turn my volume down for some reason.
yeah, well, that doesn't mean you need to yell.
Right. As I told you, my part-time job is at the liquor store, and we're doing curbside pickup now. So you order something, we take it out to you. Yesterday, after taking out about 40 packages to a customer, I took one out, and I said, "Thank you." Slammed the door on my finger. Can you see that?
Oh, no.
Blood everywhere.
Oh.
I may not lose my fingernail, but man, talk about what do you call those hemoglobin, or those blood clot thing, bleeding all over the place out of my fingernail for about an hour, and I cried like a baby. Of course, everybody expected that. And
Oh, man.
this was a Jeep Compass, a little, and American cars aren't built like they used to be. Apparently, they have closer tolerances now. So if you close slam your hand in a door, you will get a pinch, and I got a pinch. So that's what I did yesterday.
Wow, sorry.
And then I self-medicated later. And
was the car all bloody and everything, or what?
No. You guys like, are you okay? And he's looking all, it couldn't have happened when I was in the warehouse all by myself. I had to do it in front of a customer.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I just grabbed my hand really quick because it hurt. You do that when you grab your hand. I was looking, it's like spewing blood. I felt like, I don't know, something. I was like, let me just make sure there's no blood in your car. I was like, all right, you're good. Get out of here. So.
Oh, man. Sorry. Was that the same thing you had some problem with, 2 years ago?
That finger, yes. And I thought that tendon or whatever snapped. And that's all I could think of. It's like, if I messed that up, I am going to be so mad. But I'm pretty sure it's okay. It just hurts a bit. Yeah, I'm kind of lucky.
So Barbara's wondering about workers' comp.
Yeah, workers' comp. Well, I did place what do you call that? An injury report in and all that. Right. But I was thinking of that. It's like, maybe I can get a couple of days out of that. But
so you didn't have to go to an emergency room or anything for that?
No. I just didn't want to go. It was at the end of my shift, and I was pretty tired. And so by the time I left work, it was done bleeding and all that kind of stuff. So, and it actually doesn't feel too bad this morning, but it'll be tender for a couple of days. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no working on my basement project this weekend, I'm afraid.
Man, sorry to hear that, dude.
Yeah. All right. So what's going on for the show this morning?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the online scam industry. This is something that I had in mind to do anyway. But of course, with the coronavirus, there is new opportunity for online scams.
Yes.
So let's take a look here for a second. Let me just read what I found on the government website as far as online scams. They're suggesting do not respond to text or emails or calls about checks from the government. Okay, the details are still coming together. Ignore online offers for vaccines and home test kits. None of them exist. There are no products proven to treat or prevent COVID-19 at this time. So if you get those phone calls, emails, text, if something pops up, just ignore it.
Just don't respond at all. Yes.
Yeah. So hang up on robocalls. Scammers are using illegal robocalls to pitch everything from low-priced health insurance to work-at-home schemes.
Mm-hmm.
And and everybody's working from home these days, right?
Right.
Watch for emails claiming to be from the CDC or the WHO. Only go to the government sites, the .gov sites, to check for the latest information. And of course, always do your homework when it comes to donations, because that's certainly something that I've been thinking about is donating, so forth, food shelters or food banks and so forth.
Yeah. Yeah, my problem with donations, and I've always I've become a little cynical in my old age in the last week or two. That's a joke there, ladies and gentlemen. My concern is what percentage of what you give goes to what you're giving it to. Just that Coleman Walk for Cancer thing. They must put 90% of what they collect back into advertising, and quite frankly, I don't want to pay for somebody's advertising. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
Do research on where it's going, how much of what you're giving is going to where you want it to go. Yeah,
and that's always been an issue. That's why most of the time anymore when I'm donating, I give it to church. And then I know that our committees down there are actually doing the work themselves, whether it's buying the food or, those types of things.
And we're not paying off their Mercedes and that kind of thing.
Exactly. So speaking of scams, Keith, this is something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
To begin with, let's go to a little scam that I fell into back in the fall. Okay, you're going to find a little chuckle out of this. Let me share my screen here. Okay, and hopefully we can all see this. Can you see this, Keith?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you see a really nice Honda snowblower, right?
Right.
Okay. And you notice the price?
$89. Yeah, $98. Yeah.
Okay. So back in the fall, I saw this, and actually the price back in the fall was $136 for this snowblower. So I thought, you know what? I saw this website. It came up through a Facebook advertisement. And I thought, you know what? For $136 for a Honda snowblower, I think I might buy one. So if you go to this website right here, I'll leave it there, yo2e.com, and you have to go through a whole lot of it to get to this actual site. So I ordered it. I was like, you know what? I don't really need a snowblower because I have an electric one, but for $136 and now they're $98, how can I go wrong? Well, I ordered it, and whoever I ordered it from was, their name was in Chinese, and that was a red flag right away. I was like, oh boy. So I waited a couple weeks, couple months, and of course it never came. It never came. I sent emails to support a couple times. So finally I went to PayPal. I said, look, you know what? They haven't sent me anything. I have nothing. I'm going to request a refund. So PayPal said, thank you for your information. We'll look into it. So PayPal tried to contact this particular company. No response. And I didn't get any response. So PayPal refunded my money for, it was $136. So it was refunded.
Good.
So amazing. And you can still go to this website and you see like all sorts of brands for these ridiculously low prices, $98 for a Honda snowblower.
Right.
That's usually $2,500.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought, that doesn't sound right, but it was $136. So I thought, let me give it a try. And of course, I was wrong. So if you see, and you know what the odd part about this, let me bring this back up. If you go to yo2e.com, a completely different website comes up with clothing and so forth, and it looks like a legitimate website. I'm not sure how this is connected to that website. It's very strange, but anyway.
Yeah.
So So that was my lesson about scams and so forth. But again, the reason why I did that is because I went through PayPal, and there's a PayPal 6-month guarantee. If you don't get your product, if you're not satisfied, they'll refund your money. So I thought I was pretty good shape there.
So
okay, so who else do we have on here, folks? We see Jan's on today. Thank you, Jan, for being on.
Hey, Themis, what's going on? How's the fat doing? Did you make your wife dinner last night? I hope so. Actually, well, we'll talk about that later. I was going to say maybe Jackie should make her. Themis is a great cook too. Anywho, well, I just wanted to say I've been waiting on a part from Bosch. My table saw broke a couple of years ago, and I finally figured out maybe I can get a part for it. So I got a part for it, and I went right to the company, and it was supposed to come on Monday. And every time you look on the tracking thing, usually FedEx is pretty good. Whenever they say they're going to deliver.
Right.
Anyway, every day that I look on it, it says today by the end of the day. Now, yesterday I looked at it till about 10:30 at night, and it said April 24th by the end of the day. It's like I doubt anybody's shipping, out driving around at 10 o'clock at night. But so I'm still waiting for it, and it is Bosch, unless of course it's an imposter company, but
right.
And I think I use my Amex card to pay for it. So, but it says, when you go to FedEx, it's in Exton and it's on their truck, but they never seem to get here. So I'm hoping today I'm going to sit out there out front with a cup of coffee all afternoon and it shows up. So
just to pass the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all those shipping companies are a little bit backed up.
Yeah, they are
probably not shipping as many. Not working as many hours, if that's possible.
Maybe they have a smaller. So it's social distancing and all that at the warehouse.
I see trucks driving up and down our street though. But I think they're mostly Amazon trucks, man. Like all day long.
Yeah. A lot of white. Sometimes you see Amazon and it says Amazon, and then other times they're just white trucks. So
big white vans.
Right. Big white vans. So anywho.
So.
A good show from the Galloons and the Rosses today.
That's for our scams. So.
Yes. All right, what else we got going, Joel?
Okay, Keith. So I had a nice chat with the doctor the other day, and my doctor suggested that I take some new medications for the state of health that I'm actually in. And I probably haven't told you this yet, but there's, I've had a number of different issues going on. So I thought that maybe I would share what's in the new medicines in my medicine cabinet.
Okay.
So this is very personal. And I thought that maybe I'd take a couple minutes and just kind of go over.
Let me just jump in here really quick, Joel, before we get too serious. If there's anything in that prescription that starts with an E, initials of an E, and then a D on it, we don't need to know about any of that, okay?
Okay, well, we'll find out here. We'll find out here. If any of them do have an E and a D, and I'm going to have to move a little bit so I can show everybody what I have here. So maybe some of you have this in your medicine cabinet as well. So let's find out here. All right. So here we go. Here is what my medicine cabinet looks like.
Okay. Yes.
Here we have the Clorox. All right, Clorox right here. And this is an antioxidant to chase the coronavirus away.
Okay.
And sanitize the insides. Okay. So this is like the major medicine right here. The Lysol is to be used like an inhaler mist. It's kind of like a quick on-the-go sanitizer.
Okay, good.
And typically, you would want to hold that upside down and squirt that right in your face. Okay. These are pods here, as you can see. These are pods. Cascade. These are actually Cascade pods, but Tide pods, Cascade pods are back in action now, so we can take them. We call them the Corona snack packs.
Okay, good. Now it doesn't have to be brand specific. Any one of those pods will work, correct?
Exactly right. Over here we have Dawn. Okay, now You know, do you remember, Keith, way back, mom or dad would say, I'll wash your mouth out with soap and water?
Yes.
You remember that? Well,
Yes, I
that
do.
is actually a thing. We are actually supposed to be doing that. Okay. So we can, cleanse ourselves. This is antibacterial.
Right. It does say right on the label antibacterial. So yeah, we've been
Exactly. All right. So, and then over here, this is one of my favorites. This is Comet. All right, with bleach. So that'll take care of when I brush my teeth. You remember way back, Keith, when we used to have powder toothpaste?
Yes, exactly. Yep, powder toothpaste. Yep.
It's back right here. Comet. Okay, just put that on. And then in case anything gets bound up on the inside, we have our liquid plumber.
Oh.
Just in case everything gets bound up, use this. And as you see here, it's a nice little diagram of your insides. That will take care of anything that gets bound up.
You're clogged up at all. Yeah, I see. Well, okay.
So Keith, this is what was prescribed for me. I don't know if that's did this fall in line with what you were thinking I might be saying?
Actually, no. This is a little better, but I didn't know that your doctor was Dr. Fauci, and I didn't watch the last report, and I didn't notice that Dr. Fauci had a gun pointed to his head, and yeah, that's some good stuff, Joel. That's
actually
entertainment.
Yeah, actually, my doctor is Dr. Trump, and I will just take verbatim anything that he suggests, because he knows more than any of those doctors up there on the stand with him.
Yep.
So I thought let's move these to the top shelf, get them out from under the sink, get them out for the closet, and put them on the top shelf. They're my go-to to make sure that I stay healthy
through this. Yeah. So make sure that I guess all the kids and the wife are on this regimen as well, just keeping the whole house clean, correct?
Yes. Yeah, we're going to be doing that probably for the next I don't know, probably 6 months, right?
Okay, yeah, good. Now, as you were going through all your medical stuff there, I was doing a little research myself on Dr. Trump, and turns out you can get a doctorate diploma right from the same website that you got your snowblower from. So I believe that's where his diploma came from. So great.
Right. Very good.
The world is. I think this country's been kind of in a daze the last 3.5 years, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And just things that I see from it's just. I can't even say anything because this isn't a political show, but it's just
sure. Tell us what you think, Keith. Let's make it
well. I don't have to say anything. Everybody knows what I think, but that is the funniest thing that's come up this week. Is whether a quote, it was supposed to be satiristic, but when you're the commander in chief, there's no time for satire. Let's leave that to the guys on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I don't think. I think he was being serious, and then when he got an earful from somebody, then he changed the story in some sort of way. But
yeah. But it's
amazing.
So I hope everybody's doing well out there, and we're going to be in this for another my part-time job that I keep talking about. They say they're probably they're talking about reopening the state in sections, from the less populated area with the least amount of cases on through. And of course, Philadelphia region is going to be the last. So we're probably looking into June at the very earliest for any kind of semblance of normalcy here. But I don't think it's going to be that soon either. So, just got to keep on doing what we're doing. So
yeah, I was going to say, June sounds promising to me, but I don't think it'll be June either.
No, and when I just said June, it's like, that's a way off. But isn't May next week? We're at the very end of April.
Correct.
It's just, time's flying by. It's just, it's a great day, great month, great year to not do anything, because I haven't done anything this year. So,
I have to say, I wish the weather would cooperate a little bit more now. It's beautiful out here right now, but we've had windy days out the wazoo. It's been rainy.
Horrible. Yep. Yep. At least if it was a little nicer out, you could sit outside and do your at home work and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
last couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
anyhow. All right, what else going on there, brother?
All
Joe?
right, Keith. So the other thing I wanted to talk about today was tipping.
Oh, great
Where
time.
are we right now on tipping? And the reason why I asked that is, let me go through my little scenario. Let's talk about picking up pizza, which we did last night. Oh, and here's something else. So I go to Pinocchio's last night to pick up pizza, and they nobody can park in the Pinocchio parking lot. So they have the cash register outside in the parking lot. You pay when you get there, and you just wait in the parking lot.
Okay.
So as I'm standing there waiting, I look around and everybody's spread way out in this parking lot with their masks on. And the first thing that came to mind was like, man, this is like Day of the Living Dead. You know, everybody's just standing there all spread out. And then all of a sudden the church bell right across the street, Nativity, starts ringing. Bong.
Wow.
Bong. I was like, oh my gosh, man, this is like freaky. But anyway, pizza was excellent.
So black and white. It's like all of a sudden all the color's gone. It's like real grainy and black and white.
Yeah, and the lines went.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
So here's the question. Used to be when I picked up pizza as takeout, I generally do not tip. Now, of course, when I go sit down at a restaurant, I always tip 20%.
Right.
When I pick up pizza, I don't tip. However, since we get pizza from Pinocchio so much, I would typically at Christmas time or New Year's Day, or New Year's time, I would tip like $20 or $30 for the entire year, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Last week I went to pick up, and I gave him a $5 tip.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I had money ready to go, and I completely forgot. But anyway, that's beside the point. What are people doing now for tipping at restaurants and so forth? I know there's a lot of thoughts about tipping, period.
Right.
But what are you guys doing about tipping?
Right. Well, for me, normally, since I've been working in the service industry my whole life, my whole adult and late teen life, I've always been generous with tipping. However, I never tipped when I went to pick stuff up because it's, you're just buying it at the counter. So, and I do eat out or get stuff takeout quite a bit anyway, as I'm a bachelor here at the old shop. No stove or nothing. Anyway, that's it. Sorry.
Oh, we digress.
That's another story for another show. It's probably midday right after the soap operas. But anyway, the last time I went in, I picked up some Indian the other day, and I wasn't even thinking. That she met me at the door because it says, don't come in, just place your order or whatever. So, she gave me her credit card back, wasn't taking cash. And I just instinctively gave her money, and I hopped in the car. It's like, you don't tip for takeout. And it's just, and I'm thinking, it's like, well, I'm so thankful that these places are open and helping, feeding us. It's a lot harder to do than having somebody come in and sit at your restaurant. Yesterday we went, our small group at the liquor store is going to turn into a big group. So what we did, we got a really nice lunch for our last day of the small group at a fine Italian restaurant. I went to pick it up and all that, and I gave them a tip. And normally, you wouldn't even think of that, but these people are coming to work and trying to make a living, trying to keep the places open while things are tough. So I've changed my now. Whether or not I'll go back to tipping, everything clears up, for pickup. Yeah, I'm not sure, but for now, I'm a couple of bucks, and it's the act. It's the act more than the actual money. They appreciate it, that you appreciate them. So yeah, that's my take.
Let's go through a few things here. Themis, I don't tip for pickup. I do tip at Swiss Farms sometimes. Yeah, and I just saw something, a couple posts yesterday about Swiss Farms and how they have to be making a killing at this point.
Yeah.
And remember the one up by us, Keith, on Providence Road?
Yeah, they still there?
No, they closed. I think they closed last summer.
Okay.
And, I don't know if whoever retired. And I can't imagine they weren't doing enough business there, but somebody said they have to be kicking themselves now for closing.
Yeah.
Because that is the ideal business to have right now. Yeah. Elizabeth says she adds tip on the card. Yeah, that's probably for some establishments, the only way to tip. Because let's see, Linda. Linda, you're saying we're not tipping our pizza place because they have to pay by card. No cash is exchanged. Yeah, I think probably a lot of people going that way. And when I do give cash as like last week when I gave cash as a tip, it was fine. The girl took it, said thank you and all that. But I'm getting a sense that maybe I should move to the card as well for tipping.
Yeah, and you can throw a tip on that too. And
yeah.
This says.
Yeah, I usually tip, get my stuff delivered, but everyone is struggling. So I feel like if you can spare it, give it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Very good sentence.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. Good.
So,
well, that's the other thing too. It's like if you have the money to order out, well, this home delivery stuff for groceries and all that is getting real big too. And those people work, and they don't get paid a whole lot of money. So if you have it, give them a couple of bucks, makes everybody happy.
Yeah. And typically, I really don't have any problem with tipping. I'm typically at 20% anyway. And you know why I'm at 20% when I tip, Keith?
It's easy.
It is easy.
10% times 2. It's very easy to figure out. Yes.
Yeah. 18% tip. What's that, man? How can you do that one in your head? But okay, now here's a follow-up question to that, Keith. Is this a time for us to be using gift cards that we received maybe 6 months ago, a year ago? As a teacher, I will say that I guess in a way I get tips because students will give, gifts of whatever sorts at Christmas time or, winter time and then at the end of the school year. And lots of times it's like a $5 gift card to, Starbucks. It's a $5 gift card to Target. Right. Maybe some of the smaller establishments out by my school. So Keith, what do you guys think?
That's a good question. Actually, I have a gift certificate from Pinocchio's that every time I come down to your house, I forget it. Yeah. And I've had it for at least 2 or 3 years. And I don't know. It's like, well, you've paid for it, right. So it helped them then, and everybody's talking about a little bit different subject, buying gift certificates now, to use later.
Right.
And, my problem is, Pinocchio's isn't going anywhere and some of these other places aren't going anywhere. But there are some of these stores that just aren't going to come, restaurant type places just aren't going to come back,
Right. Right. Well, let's go through some of the response. We're getting a lot of response on this, Keith.
Yeah.
So, morning, Kevin.
Yeah, we're getting a big, good morning, Kevin.
So let's back up to Kathy. Kathy makes a good point as far as tips on a credit card because the owners have to pay taxes on it.
Yes.
That I didn't even consider that.
Well, taxes, and they have to pay the percentage of, depending how big the restaurant is. The smaller restaurants pay a big percentage because I know here at my shop, it's 6-7% when I swipe a card for somebody. So
right.
I know when you pay online, credit cards don't want you to type in numbers anymore, but now you have to do that. So that's another charge too, because it's a security concern too. So that is a good.
Wow.
Yeah. So normally when I tip, big restaurants normally I'll just put it on the credit card because it's easy. But I think when I go to get pickup, I'll use cash for that.
Yeah.
For that
good point. Good point.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's a very
Starbucks you're talking about. I will never, and a lot of them are closed. The one up by me is closed. They don't have a drive-through, but I will never tip Starbucks or anybody that puts a jar out that says tip, especially for those kind of places. Like a
right.
You see them.
I hear you with Starbucks.
Jar. It's like tip for what? I give you a tip. How about you make my coffee without saying latte, 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 keep. Thank you. Just make my coffee. I want a large. I don't know what venti is. Do you mind adjusting your venti because it's blown right on my face?
Sorry. You done?
Okay. Yeah. Let's get back to the show.
All right. So now here's a very important question here. Asking for a friend, should a priest tip his organist? Well, I don't know. What do you think about that, Keith?
Very good.
Cheers. All right, very good. Okay, so James, if they were sitting for open, I would be tipping, so I tip. All right, good point.
Very good. Yes, that's good. Good point.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Kevin, good to have you on. Let's see what's Joy's. Pinocchio's is the best. You know what, Joy? I think the Lunderman family supports Pinocchio's. Their bottom line is because of us.
Yeah, well, and I used to disagree. I would have disagreed with that back in the 80s and early 90s when I was living in media. My favorite was Apollo. And they either sold or I don't know what they did, but they're not.
Oh, you think they're different now?
Yeah, well, they took out they don't have ovens. They have those conveyor belt things.
Conveyors, yeah.
And they just don't cook the pizza properly. And
that's the way. When I worked at Domino's for that 1 month period of my entire life, that they had the conveyor belt.
Yeah, real pizza ovens. I think they get up to like 800 degrees. And they're closed. They throw them in there. Those things. They cook in 2 or 3 minutes. And but those other things, and it's just not the same. So I'm going to have to agree with you with Pinocchio's.
I have another question for you, Keith, and everybody else chime in on this. Okay, when you go to buy food, we're supposed to have a mask on.
Right.
Should everybody in the store who's making pizza have masks on?
I think so.
All right, I'm just asking that question for a friend too.
Yeah, I'm not asking for a friend. I went to this fine restaurant in town yesterday to pick up, and there was about young kids. They're probably college kids working there, 5 or 6 in this. When I first walked in, I'm like, oh, sorry, I probably should. I'm standing really close to the door, and the guy looked right at me, didn't have a mask on. The guys in the back, everybody not one person I could see had a mask on, and I'm thinking it's like, well, you're preparing my food. I thought, because now when you go to a supermarket or anywhere public, you have to wear. So I can't understand why they don't have to wear.
And that's everybody in the supermarkets, the cashiers, whoever's working there, they all have. But when you go to these food places, they're standing an inch apart from each other.
Yeah.
And they don't have a mask on. What's going on here?
Pinocchio, that place behind the counter is hot. They're running around and
well, and actually maybe that helps a little bit, right? The heat, because I know that this particular virus can only stand up to like 75-degree temperatures or something.
But at the same time, you're sweating and you're okay.
All right, so let's get back to some of our comments here. All right, thank you, Joy. Kevin, morning, guys. Jackie, we are going to feel bad about using it now. Right, that's exactly my question. And in my honest opinion, it wouldn't be so bad at Pinocchio's, but at our church bingo night, our family won a nice gift card to Wayside Market. And, that's one of those smaller markets out there on Middletown Road. And we keep thinking about using it, but we're like, maybe we shouldn't use it right now.
Yeah.
Well,
I might save the cards, actually.
Wait until summer or something like that. Okay, Marzella will not accept any cash at all. All right, that's good to know. You could always put cash in an envelope. Let it sit for a while. Yep. Yeah. That's what we do with all our packages. Even when I got a case of beer last week, I let it sit in my trunk for like 2 days.
Right. Yep.
Just to sanitize it. All right, Blaine. Blaine, something difficult. Yeah. Oh, right. I say. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Thanks. All right. We're running.
All right. So let's get moving on, folks. If you're getting any value out of today's show, we would love it if you smack the like button and love the love button. Give it a share. That would be awesome.
And it's nice to see some people today. It's it's a beautiful day. Hopefully it'll stay nice. And you could be doing something else, but you're having your coffee with us this morning, and that's great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Let's wrap this up before it gets too late in the day.
And before we move on to trivia, Keith, for those who are just joining us, go back to our little segment that we had on my medicine cabinet. Let me show a picture of my medicine cabinet. It looks like this. And that's a nice little segment on the things that I will be using now to keep myself healthy. But we did a nice little discussion and segment on that. So.
Yes, and just to pat Joel on the back, everybody knows here that Big Brother Keith is a funny man on the show here, and every once in a while, Joel gets a good one. He does what's that called, a grand slam, And he hit a grand slam today. And you know what? He's going to let you know about it until the end of the show.
That's right.
He'll probably be making a little clip of that and sending it out to everybody. So
that's right. That's going to make the best of on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, definitely going to make the best of. So, all right, let's do some trivia. You want to do some trivia, Joel?
Yeah, let's pose for a picture first.
Oh, okay. Hold
You're
on.
all grainy today. Did you notice that? You're all.
Yep. Am I ready?
No, I said your picture's all grainy.
Really?
Yeah, it's like not coming in clear. Oh, actually, it looks good on the computer. On my computer, it looks grainy. But all right, ready? 3,
okay,
2, 1. 4, 5, 6. All right. We've bored the people long enough. Let's get them to what are we doing now, Keith?
All right, let's go do a few of these things here.
Trivia.
Trivia. Now, write down what do we do? You write the answers down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your answer next to that so we know what you're talking about.
So get your fingers ready to type. And then if you do us a favor, type in number 1 and then your answer, number 2, then your answer. That way, when we go back and check them and look at them, we know what you're talking about. Okay? Go ahead, Keith.
Okay, all right. Tina Fey created which popular satirical sitcom television series that aired from 2006 to 2013? Upper Darby High's own Tina Fey. What consumer electronics and video game company was founded in 1889 and originally produced playing cards? It's pretty good. Norway was responsible for introducing what fish for raw consumption in Japan? I might have an answer to that one. In 1982, Bill Murray appeared in what American late night talk show as its first guest ever? What are we, Joel? For what musical is the based? Is the based on? Can you read that?
I can't see it.
We're going to skip that one. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, good.
1981, the first space shuttle landing occurred on a dry lake in which U.S. Air Force base? 1981, the first space shuttle landing, re-landing occurred on a dry lake bed in which U.S. Air Force base? That was tough, Joel. You want to read them again for me?
I can't see them.
Oh, you can't see him. Okay. All right. One more time. Tina Fey created which popular sitcom which aired from 2006 to 2013? What consumer electronics and video game company was founded in 1889, originally producing playing cards? Norway was responsible for introducing what fish for raw consumption in Japan? In 1982, Bill Murray appeared on what American late night talk show as its first guest ever? And the last one, 1981, what the first space shuttle landing occurred on a dry lake bed in what U.S. Air Force base? Okay, let's get those together. We'll be back there in a couple of minutes. What else do we have going, Joel?
All right, let's get to our jokes, folks. We need some laughs.
Okay, yes.
All right. Ready? What happens to spoons who work too much?
What?
They go stir crazy. Why did the watch go on vacation?
Why?
To unwind.
Very good.
Okay. What do windows do when a big gust of wind comes?
What?
They shudder. Last one, Keith. What accidents happen every 24 hours?
What?
Day breaks and night falls.
Oh, okay. I was getting the daybreak. Yep. Okay, good. Very good. Very good.
All right. Shall we do this day in history? You got anything for that, Keith?
Yeah, just a quick couple of things. I didn't have a whole lot of time this morning. But anyway, 1950. I'm sorry. Am I ready or not?
Good.
I forgot we had our little opening thing here. Well, can't find it now. But anyway, oh, come on. I'll be with you in just a minute here.
There's a back button.
I got it. I just don't see it on my. Jeez. 1956. It's not even on here. What the heck happened to it? 1956. Well, anyway, 1956, Elvis. I think it was Jailhouse Rock. It was number one on the Billboard charts. Now, why did that disappear? Anyway, that's my news. And this day in 1940, Hollywood Badman Al Pacino was born. What's that make him? 80? He's 80 years old today, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Boy, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's get
That's
back.
it?
Yeah, that's it for today, Joel.
Okay, let's get back to our trivia.
Trivia here. Yep, we got a couple
And
answers.
we're going to be done.
Yes. What do we have here, Joel? We've got some.
All right. So the first one, Keith, was what?
Whoops. Let me get back over here. Tina Fey created which popular satirical sitcom television series that aired from 2006 to 2013? And I'm pretty sure I saw a. Jackie. Yep.
30 Rock.
Anybody else get 30 Rock? And that's the answer, I believe. Let me go back here just to make sure. Yes, 30 Rock. Very good.
Hey,
okay.
Nice.
All right. What consumer electronics and video game company was founded in 1889 and originally produced playing cards? What is the name of that? Does anybody know?
I see Nintendo. Wow, I was thinking of that one too. I actually put down bicycle, but
do we have an answer for it?
Yeah. I think Themis said Nintendo.
Okay.
What we got?
Oh, whoa! No kidding, Nintendo. Holy cow! I did not. Wow.
Nice.
Very, very good.
Great job.
All right, next one. Norway was responsible for introducing what fish for raw consumption in Japan? And a lot of people are saying, what are people saying here?
All right, I see Kevin has tuna or herring.
Okay.
What else we got here?
It is, well, let's think of Norway and where it is.
I don't know. What we got, Keith?
The answer is salmon.
Salmon. Nice.
Salmon in Japan. 1982, Bill Murray appeared on what late night talk show as its first guest ever? And I'm thinking somebody put up.
David Letterman
started his late night run. It was 1982. Saw people say I can't follow all these things.
No, I have the Late Show.
Yeah,
myself.
Right, the Late Show. David. Yeah, the Late Show.
Yeah.
Was it the Late Show or was it the late? Yeah, it was the Late Show. That's what he called it.
The answer is?
The answer is the late night with David Letterman. Yeah, it was late
nice.
Night.
Okay.
We'll give that to everybody.
Yeah, good job, Nelly.
In 1981, the first space shuttle landing occurred on a dry lake at which U.S. Air Force base?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know that either. So we're going to jump right to that answer. It is Edwards Air Force Base in California. Okay.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Salt Lake. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, great job.
Okay.
All right, Keith.
Well, we got a very long show today, but I think we kept everybody's interest. I think it was that your CDC announcement that took up a little time, but we need that. We need
absolutely.
It's funny that I brought it back up. I said you were going to bring it back up, and I brought it back up. Another hand for my little brother Joel for being very good.
All right. Yeah. Thanks everybody for jumping on today. Lots of good conversation about scams,
yes,
tipping. What else we talk about today? Of course, our new medications that we should all be looking into. Gift cards. And I'm still seeing some responses about the gift cards. So let us know. Let us know what you find out about gift cards.
Yes. So we got to get going, Joel, before we all fall asleep here. I believe we're going to do. We're going to be around next. We're not going to do Wednesday. Is that correct?
Well, it depends on your schedule.
Well, yeah, I'm being shipped to a different store next week, and I know I have Saturday morning off.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to do,
I think we're going to not do Wednesday night.
Okay.
We'll do Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. Yes. Yeah. So I made sure that I'm going to be available next Saturday morning. So
excellent. All right, guys. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks very much for stopping by. Love you guys all. Be very safe, and we'll see you next Saturday. And remember, you deserve a thought of your own.
So be in touch to learn, laugh, and live. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for being with us.